Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're talking WWE 2K22. As over the past few days, we've had a lot of stars that were recently released from WWE taking part in interviews where they've gone on to reveal that plans were in place to include them in WWE 2K22. Also, in relation to that, we have a new article from Brian Mazik, who after speaking with his source, claims a lot of the removed stars will still make the cut. So we're going to get into all of that, but before we do, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest news on the game, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's talk WWE 2K22, as we've got a few bits of news to get through today, the first of which sees multiple stars that were recently released from the company confirming that they were scanned to appear in WWE 2K22 prior to being released. The first star to reveal that they were planned to appear in WWE 2K22 is former NXT North American champion Bronson Reed, who revealed that he underwent multiple scans for the game, with mocappers even recording his moveset for his approval. Speaking in an interview with Fightful, Reed stated, "I did the scans, all the different facial feature scans, and I came in for separate scanning for my tattoos and stuff. I was sent videos from the mocap people of them doing all my moves and making sure they were right. I was all ready to be in there, but I don't think that's happening now. I would love to be in the game. I think if they were smart, that would appeal to a lot of the fans. WWE kept these people in the game, or unlockable characters, however you want to do it. Nowadays, you pay for them, but it's something to do. They own the name Bronson Reed, so it's up to them. I think it would be that they would pay my royalties. I don't have to sign off on anything because I already have done the scans and everything. It would just be if they want to pay me money." Hearing this, it sounds as though the ball is firmly in WWE's court as to whether or not Reed makes the cut, as despite his release, WWE own the name and 2K already have his scans and moveset data, therefore providing WWE are willing to pay for his royalties, then there's no reason to remove him. Alongside Bronson Reed, former NXT star Chelsea Green also revealed that she too was scanned to appear in the game. Speaking on the Green with Envy podcast, Green was asked if she'd been scanned for the game and if she thought there was a chance that she could still appear in it. Chelsea responded, "Yes, I was, but I don't know much about the video game world, I just have no idea how that works. I also thought that I would never become an action figure, and yet I did after I was released. So yes, I definitely think there's a chance I can still be in it. I was definitely scanned my last time at TV, and then I was released about 2 weeks later, so there is absolutely a possibility, but I don't know, I hope so." Hearing this news, there is definitely a possibility that Chelsea could appear in the game, especially when the action figure came out after Chelsea's release. However, at the same time, due to Chelsea noting that she was released just 2 weeks after she was scanned, the chances of 2K already having her model and her moveset in place is a lot less likely. Therefore, whilst I think Bronson Reed has a great chance of being included, personally I think there's a pretty low chance that we'll see Chelsea make an appearance. Alongside Bronson Reed and Chelsea Green, we can also add Hit Row to the list of release stars that were set to appear in WWE 2K22. As speaking on the Busted Open radio show about their release from WWE, AJ and Tahuti noted that they were shocked to hear they'd been released, as in the days prior, they were actually flown out to WWE headquarters where they talked about plans for their characters and how they'd be getting action figures, with the pair then going on to reveal that they were also planned to appear in WWE 2K22 as DLC. Given this news, this seems to make a lot of sense, as we already know that the crowd contains shirts for Isaiah Swerve Scott, therefore it's likely that he was planned to appear in the base game as a singles character, as he'd been wrestling in NXT since 2019, with the plan then likely being to include the rest of Hit Row as DLC, so that players could complete the Hit Row stable. Due to the crowd shirts that I mentioned, there's still a very good chance that Scott will be included in the game. However, when it comes to the remaining members of the group, former member B Fab, who was released a few weeks earlier, noted that she was never scanned for the game, therefore unless Top Dollar and Ashante were scanned after she was released, then this would likely rule them out from making an appearance. So that's Bronson Reed, Chelsea Green and Hit Row, all of which were set to make their debut in the game. However, joining them, we also have confirmation that Scarlett and Karrion Kross were also set to appear. This confirmation comes directly from Scarlett, as during a live signing streamed on RF Video 1, Scarlett talked about WWE releasing her action figure at the beginning of December, before then going on to note that she'd heard a rumour that she would still be included in the video game.
By the way, how funny is it that I have another figure coming out afterwards?
Oh, see, that's great. Somebody else just had another figure, and they released them too. I forgot who it was.
Yeah,
it was Bray.
I heard a rumor we're still in the video game.
Really? Hey, you better get royalties.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If that happens, but I think it's kind of funny.
That is awesome.
It's important to note that Scarlett does state that this is just a rumour. However, her and Cross do still stand a great chance of being included, as they've been a big part of NXT for the last few years. Plus, much like Asaya, we've also got shirts for Cross featured in the crowd, therefore I would imagine that these two are pretty much nailed on to appear, although until that's confirmed by 2K, this is just purely speculation. On the subject of speculation, this week also seen a new article from Forbes writer Brian Mazik, who stated that the WWE 2K22 roster will be bigger than many expect, with the article going on to claim that the game will still feature the likes of Adam Cole, Bray Wyatt, Jeff Hardy and Ruby Riott, just to name a few. In the article, Brian goes on to clarify what he believes are the deciding factors on whether or not a star will still appear, noting that any appearance comes down to 3 factors: contract terms, relationships, and roster deadlines. Brian claims that if a star was under contract when the game was announced, and when the initial roster details were submitted and approved by WWE, then even if the talent is no longer with the promotion, there is still a great chance that they'll be included in the game, providing the relationship with WWE is on good terms. In the article, Brian goes on to claim that he expects a roster of at least 150 guys and girls, however none of the released talent will feature in the promotion for the game, especially if they've signed with a rival company such as AEW. Whilst this article could be dismissed as an opinion piece, it is worth noting that Brian has had links to members of the WWE 2K development team in the past, as these were what led to him leaking plans for both my GM and my faction in the months prior to the reveal, therefore there may be some truth in what he claims. However, until the roster is confirmed by 2K, then this too must be treated as speculation. That said, if Brian's claims are correct, then this is great news for the stars noted earlier in the video, as we may still see the likes of Bronson Reed, Chelsea Green, Hit Row and Scarlett and Cross despite their release. So that's the latest that I have for you on the roster and the new stars that were planned for the game. Hopefully a lot of them do still make the final cut, as it would be nice to see them included in at least one video game, especially given all the time that developers will have spent working on the models and recording mocap, as it'd be a shame to see all that work go to waste and these never see the light of day. So let me know what you make of this news in the comments, and while you're there, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest news on the game, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.